Hello, good morning, good morning. I'm looking for a buy here. If price can potentially break above this resistance. We shall see how the candlestick here closes in about 30 seconds. Hope you all doing well. We're moving up today on Goldie. We are trading below $5,000 a troy ounce, but we are on the daily up 1.07%. So I'm gonna attempt to buy over here as price goes up bullish. As you can see right now, the trend here, the intraday time frame trend is still bullish. We're kind of in an overall consolidation. We're at the bottom of the range right over here. So I anticipate for the London Open, we'll be retesting the top of the range for price to continue moving up bullish. Just want to get a solid break. Just got the London Open here. The only thing I would say is the 5-minute doesn't have a bottom wick, which I'm not so keen about. I wouldn't mind a bottom wick if it came down to create one. We got clean range on the left-hand side as well for price to continue moving up towards 49.39 over there. So this is going to be the overall sort of move that we're expecting. Oh, all right. I got in, but if you're not yet in, wait for that high to get broken. I got in too early. It didn't actually break through it. I got in too early, didn't break through it. So want to see this thing if it can follow through. We can still get a re-break. Oh, no, I'm going to have to close that. I'm going to have to close that and then try again. Because we did not get the break. That was not the break. Yeah. Better I close that right there. It came right at it, but it did not break it. Good morning, same. I thought it was going to break. I think it's because we got that SMA right. It was on my broker. It's weird. On my broker, the 8 SMA is actually above right over here. Unless I put the SMAs wrong, but yeah, it looks like it's right above there. How did it stop? Like literally a pip. See, this is why breaks are important. So the way I managed that basically was I just waited for because the candle was about to close. I had about like 8 seconds to close. So I wanted to see if it was going to break. So when it closed and it showed that it wasn't going to break, then that was a signal right there. Here we go. We're going to get liquidity grab confluence. If this thing can flip back up, close bullish. Oh, damn, you easily scared? Well, if it played out, then, you know, that would have been awesome. But you see, this is a good thing. There was no confirmation. That was not a confirmation for an entry. Because, you know, the thing is, like, if you're going to lose a trade with a confirmation. Don't lose a trade with where you know maybe you didn't get that confirmation. Because losing a trade without a confirmation is just like gambling, right? Take a small liquidity grabs here towards the highs on the 5-minute. Took out the highs, taking out the lows. If it breaks back above the highs here, I actually expect quite a big push. Just because of that grab. We'll probably see some volatility come in. Some sharp price action. But it looks like it's going the opposite direction now. And my SMAs look completely different on my broker. They're actually crossing over to the downside. It's kind of strange. They're crossing over like this. Right here, also creating this kind of, it's a momentum indicator. So it's showing also some kind of a momentum to the downside. Miss German 40 opening was amazing. I had a signal, got distracted with gold. Because last time I watched 1 minute was bearish and closed strong bullish. Oh, you're checking gold. Yeah, Goldie. The thing with gold, it's breaking into some sideways movement here. So we don't know like even what's gonna happen now next. But yeah, but you know, still some kind of opportunities. So we're retesting the bottom of the range. Right now, it looks like overall a buy would not be a bad idea, but you know, the daily time frame on gold now looks kind of bearish. That's the thing. The daily is creating new lower lows at this point. It's weakening quite a lot. So this could actually really tumble at any point right now, because if we're accumulating, this could be like a respect of this zone right over here and then just completely melt off. Yeah, Goldie is definitely weakening. We're just right below that 5K mark. This is such a nice structure to break. How much did it break the lows by? Did about 20, close to 20 pips. I really wanna trade that range up here, you know. But I don't know how we're gonna approach it now, because we're grabbing but it's just doing it in a way which is kind of volatile. Because you can see the wicks is starting to build up within this region, but I really want to get the trade for this range right there. So we're gonna see, can get some kind of a confirmation here. Maybe you could create a potential inverted. Yeah, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. That'll be the bigger or larger liquidity grab. And then still get the same idea for price to break above the highs so that it can keep moving up bullish. Yesterday's London highs are just above today's Asia's. Hey, is that Yared from Texas that I see? Yared from Texas in the chat. Hey, welcome, welcome. My charts SMA look the same as yours on TradingView. Oh, it's because I was on the freaking 1 minute. That's why. Yeah, no, the SMAs are correct actually. Yeah, they're correct on my broker and on TradingView. So we good, we good. Thought that was a weird glitch or something. There, we're getting that crossover right there. Anyway, so let me see how candle here is going to close and then get a solid break. I want to get a solid break through this level. Be nice to create like some kind of a support there. About 13 seconds. Just creating that support. So now we're envisioning what we want to see, which is that inverted head and shoulders, a support to be formed within this region. Let's see if this next candlestick can do it. And then start to get some really strong pushes towards upside. Because now the hourly time frame has created its lows. So if you look at hourly candle has created hourly lows. So essentially it would be a reflip of the hourly to re-break its highs to get a wick fill of the previous hourly candlestick, which again is a clean range on the 5-minute time frame. For price to keep going up. So we're about to get a new 5-minute closure as well. Ooh, it's quite a choppy area over here. So let's see once we break above these highs, if and even if we break these highs, because now it looks like it's coming down again. If it can vamonos from this area over here. 10 seconds. Maybe it's doing another small liquidity grab to the lows. Let's see, 2 seconds. Ooh, slowly trickling to the downside. It's got to close bullish soon. Otherwise, the structure will be not as good. Are you the only one seeing gold dumping? Yeah, I mean, the daily is giving hints of like when we're looking at previous structure, it's giving hints of a potential sell. As you can see, that daily is looking a bit weak, starting to create these lower lows here at this point. So yeah, that could be an area where you can see a break and a retest, and then for the daily to come down. Now if we get through that level here by 49.24 or start closing below support, then we could potentially see the daily come down. It's gonna probably push once it gets through that level. Doesn't seem like it wants to break this high. Maybe it's recalibrating another setup. Maybe it's going to be at the break of 49.31. The 1 hour looks nasty. Yeah, 1 hour is just fat rejections by resistance. And it does look like, at least at this point in time, it looks like it can come down heavy. And you got this kind of like area over here. It's also kind of that daily area. So yeah, I mean, anybody looking for sells, you're not wrong. You just want to wait for like some kind of a confirmation for price to like break at least some lows over there. Because the hourly has done that liquidity grab too. We noticed it just like took out the highs here on this last push up. And then it's starting to pull down. It's been slowly coming down since this point. When it last retested the high of the accumulation. It's just slowly trickling down. Slowly but surely trickling down. It's bleeding off. See, now it's coming down towards that support. This is the last support that the hourly has. Once it breaks through all that support, you got clean range. Then price can continue moving down here. It's like 81 pips. No top wick, but at this moment of the candle, it will just run down. Yeah, we got a small top wick over here on FXCM. Like 0.2 pips. Yeah, 15 minutes about to, let's see, how many? 10 minutes for 15 closure. 5 is coming down. This thing's a gunner. Let's see what happened yesterday. Yesterday we got the Asia sell-off. Alright, so London kind of held for a bit. Took a sell yesterday over here. And let's see, later on it completely sold off. Looks like at around 8:55. Kind of looks like a news. There's like some kind of a news that happened. Or maybe this is technical profit taking. But we saw massive sell-offs on gold yesterday. Look at this, no top wick even. And it just completely dumped. Completely dumped. So, see, regarding PA, we're at the highs of yesterday's London high. We got New York session lows right down here. Boom, boom. Yeah, I mean, like, for me, the sells have been just, like, looking structurally more in the market. As you can see, overall, you're seeing this graph over here as well. It's just moving down, correct? Like, you have these really strong spikes. Strong spikes towards the downside. Even if it retraces, the daily is still going to be up 0.95%. We'll still be waiting to see. It's like in the Goldie right now is in a kind of decisive. It feels like it's more in a decisive phase. It's still overall deciding what to do. It could be that the case the broader market is the same way. And just not only Goldspot, because Goldspot's a reflection of the overall market as well. So we're just waiting, deciding what we're gonna do. You know, these are just feeling like more technical plays that are happening. But yeah, when there's no catalyst, usually, I guess it's either price is gonna range, it's gonna move sideways, or it's gonna come down on gold. If we don't have any bullish catalyst, any bullish news, like for now we have the war in geopolitical escalations in Iran. That's the only thing on the horizon. So if that's not playing out anytime soon now, then it's either we range on gold or we just slowly come down. It's like a truck rolling down the hill. It can't get the gas on to move up, so just gonna come down slowly. But I would still like to see some buys. I mean, today already, you know, we've already pushed quite nicely. 0.93% on a daily average of gold candles. This has already been pretty nice. 627 pips on the daily from the open. So there definitely is trading activity. You can see from right here. This is that Asia session. We got Asia market open, and then market open here. Price has just been moving up bullish. Just broke into a sideways channel. Breaking and retesting on the 1 minute below support. Not what we want to see for a bullish market. The daily bullish candle, I mean. Got hourly SMA that it's catching up to as well. Here by 49.20. Got 30 seconds for candle here to close. Looks like we did close below support over there. There's a bit of a shock in the water today though. That's for sure. I knew this week was gonna be a sharky week for some reason. Or rather I didn't know, but it became more clear from Monday, Tuesday. It became more clear. It's definitely a different type of week. It's not been a bad week per se. Like it's been a good week. But yeah, just not easy. Because you know you can still make the same W's, but they're a little bit harder to make. Like you just have to make some kind of like some important calls, right? Like see, like yesterday we didn't have the setup perfect, like an A plus or like an A or whatever, but we just had to make some difficult calls so we can execute, get involved. So that's kind of the environment, I guess, which is paying people, like the ones who are a little bit more confident in their moves. But if you're hesitating and you're waiting for the perfect setup, then maybe you're getting a little bit more of those. Even A plus setups fail. You know, an A plus setup is just A plus setup. It doesn't mean it's gonna. It gives a higher probability maybe, but generally, I think the market loves execution. It likes to see you execute on your ideas and your plays. It doesn't like to see you hesitate so much. See, we're popping back up above the 5 minute support. Rejecting the 5-minute support multiple times. Buy setup here wouldn't be bad. It would be right at the bottom of the range. Wow, what's going on with the SMAs? Y'all see that? That was I was just about to point that out, but this line was flat. It was flat and then it went up. Bit of a strange day here today. Ooh, the sellers are trying to bring price on Goldie down. They're seeing that daily time frame looking all lethargic and all, like very weak. Very weak, creating new lower lows. People are trying to catch these Goldie sells. It like re-breaks those lows. But it is definitely below the accumulation point. Accumulation point of control. Right over here. Potential sales. Glitch in the matrix. If I see black cat, I'm running. What do we got today? Do we got any news? No, I don't think we have any news. No, there's no news. Potential sells below. But you know, we could also have like, I'm still waiting for that buy setup, maybe potentially above like 49.27. And I want to see like a strong push. Let's see if that thing pops back up there. One win, 2 loss. Being BE, I'm happy. FOMC minutes at night. Oh, wait. Am I missing something? Oh yeah, we got FOMC meeting minutes. Yeah, that's gonna be at night. True. That's gonna be later, 2 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, that's gonna be much later anyway. We don't have any psychological marks though at the moment. We're just trading below 49.25. It's more like break and retest on the 5-minute. Market participants, I don't know why right now they're feeling a bit. It's kind of strange because it feels like there's sellers in the market, but it's been moving up since the Asia. It's like they were so confident to price in earlier on, but at the same time, we know the broader market that could have been even a potential. It's like a tit for tat or something of the sort. Maybe it's like that daily was just a pullback, but man, a 1%. A 1% pullback. It's quite interesting because you can see with the ticks, the way the market is ticking today, right? So there's something I'll just mention on stream. It's you can kind of tell the day, right? The kind of day PA is having just based off the ticks, the behavior. But obviously that's gonna come with time. The more you look at a chart and you know understand its regular price movements. And that today feels a bit weird. Oh, this week rather. Let's not even say today. This week. It's been a good week so far, but still interesting. Very, very interesting week. So many grabs below, it's going to be a fast move up. Yeah, that's what I'm anticipating. I want to see a fast move up. This morning, I was looking for a sell. I missed my first gold sell position. It did, okay, it played out. It hit TPs. It came back to entry. And then I contemplated getting back into it. I really did. And then, damn, I should have, because it came back to entry and then it continued melting off. And caught it like a bit further down. But it was a fast move. It would have been a nice move. I think that would have been maybe like 3% or something like that. 2.5% maybe. Could have made. Or was it more? Where is it? Let's see. This was at 1. Yeah, at 1. Yeah, exactly. This was the one right here. This is the one right here. The break of the low. You see, I moved like 20 pips. I mean 40 pips. This is on the 1 minute, or is there another one? There was another setup that retested the entry. I don't know where the hell it is right now, but there was another setup that retested the entry. I think it was this. Yo, it was this one right here. Break. I think somewhere. Was it here? Yeah, I think, yeah, it was like right here. Break of the low, because you see, it had moved. Wait, I gotta make sure I'm not missing anything. It had moved down first. This had moved down like 20 pips. Then it came back up quickly towards the entry. Next candlestick open, came back into the entry. That's why I contemplated getting back in. Hesitated, and then price moved about, what, 16 pips. It came back, retested, then it pushed down again. But then for me, I thought it was already hitting TPs over here. But then the one that I really wanted to catch was this one right here. That would have been a easy like 3% move. So yeah, I dumped like 40 pips. It would have given me a lot more profit than I was actually planning on securing. So that's kind of the what I would hope for if we can get a buy setup. You see, it's like so wicky and the volume is thinning out. But if we can get a little sharp price action, that would be nice to see. Wait, could you have a collab with somebody? Yeah, if we're gonna be a guest on the show, you could just shoot me a DM and we can set that up. You can show me your work and then we can set it up. You can give us a breakdown of markets, see what industry, what exactly you're involved in, that sort of thing. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. Yeah. Bro, my hand is itching. I want to be in a trade. Still waiting over here. I'm gonna try and hold the trade. Like if I can get a trade right now, I'm gonna try and hold it for a little bit beyond TP1. 20 pips. Hopefully this is the move that pushes up towards that 30 pip mark. Anywhere between 16 to 30 pips, we could expect some reversals. Ooh. Let's see what the 5 minute we're breaking below support. Maybe we can get like a reversal play below the support area over here. So we just have to wait and see how that sets up. would like it to come up a bit more. So far since the London Open here, you can see price has just been moving down. It's still kind of early to say like the overall session direction because, you know, we're just at the bottom. We're just at the support area. We're just testing the support area right now. So we could have a fat rejection and come back into the range. And then just hold this range for a bit longer up until pre-New York NY session. Or if it like wants to move down, then we'll just respect it. We'll respect that zone, and then maybe for the London session, you'll see that price was just moving bearish. But yeah, we're at a pretty crucial area now. See, because I think above that zone, we could see some potential buys. Below, sells. Get Fabio Valentini. That'll be interesting. Now if can make at least one resistance near the top and break. Yeah, exactly. Or even like right over here where it's currently at. If it comes down, creates that support to break the high. Can get in a bit sooner by 49.26. 5-minute SMA is catching up though. Not a good sign. I wish we had the SMAs in our favor in Confluence. It's definitely some kind of a weight. There's some kind of a weight on Goldie right now. Needs to take some of that creatine so it can like get the last push in. All we need is just one push. We haven't seen a push since the London. We haven't seen any confirmation since the London Open. Even if it wants to move down, you know, market can't move down forever. They give like one push and then maybe continue. Well, yeah, I would say that this 5-minute area, super important, especially now if it starts re-breaking the lows. Here again, we got about like 54 pips towards that downside. So yeah, let's see. It's kind of like showing a small. This could be a potential liquidity grab right there below. They got resistance right over here. See if it can come up, retest, maybe, and then break the highs. On. Just go up here, Goldie. Just go by 49.27. That's all you gotta do, buddy. That's all you gotta do. Come up here, create a resistance, come down, and then break. Up and down. I would like more to wait 7 minutes. And the 50-minute close like a hammer. SMA 8 and 5 will come below price and give a dynamic support. A plus would be with a shotgun entry at the same time for that 50 needs to close green. Very good. Yeah, that visualization is like playing chess, right? So we're like playing chess here. So we're gonna see like all the moves. Now you see we got a potential, what do you call it, like some volatility. Thought it could be a liquidity grab, but let's see on the 5. Is there anything? Yeah, I think it rebroke the lows. It rebroke the previous 5-minute lows and it's pulling up. So it's like for the sellers, yeah, price is moving down, but it keeps breaking the lows and pulling up. So this is also kind of creating that volatility, which even though, you know, we get a sense that price is moving down, like how you're going to trade it with all those pullbacks. There are like loads of wicks within this region here. That's why, like, it can be good if you get your entry confirmation because the move can be sharp. But at the same time, if it's gonna be a losing trade, then it's gonna be a bit volatile. I don't typically shy away from those moves, just as long as it is setting up. As long as it gives me my entry. The bull is feeling reckless today. Oh man, there could be a move that's happening right here. It's a very sneaky one. Lots of hard decisions to make. This is not the easiest. Okay, so it's moving down. Because if this candlestick had closed bearish, could have gotten in on the... especially like rejected that support, we could have gotten in on the next candlestick to re-break the highs there. Sheesh. Let's see, 5 minutes about to close. About 58 seconds. It just tapped that 8 SMA. Yeah, the sellers are really trying to protect this level here by 49.26. Not giving buyers a clean shot. Oh, buyers have succumbed to those levels. Too much weight, not enough opportunity. If I was looking for sells, it's kind of like breaking from this area. Gold back above 4,900 with focus on Fed minutes. Gold prices rebound above 4,900 as investors bought the dip following a 2-day slide in thin trading conditions due to Lunar New Year holiday across Asia. In the near term, expectations around rate cuts remain key. A lower borrowing cost would support non-yielding assets like gold. Longer term, major banks continue to expect renewed gains. Citing persistent geopolitical tensions, concerns about the Fed's independence, and investor diversification away from sovereign bonds and currencies. Investors now awaiting the release of Federal Reserve's meeting minutes for more cues on the rates. So gold edges higher, likely, technical recovery. That's what I meant. Like that 1% gain that we saw earlier today, it doesn't seem like a genuine 1% gain. It seemed more of like a pullback, but damn, a 1% pullback. And you see also here, you can see in the candles, like literally, chat, we spoke about it and we're reading it here on Dow Jones Newswire. So, man, just learn how to read candles, really focus on your instrument, understand the way it moves on different days and how it ticks on different days. Because definitely today feels more like there's more sellers in the market, even though the daily is still bullish. See, gold edges higher on a likely technical recovery after front month gold futures fell 2.8% overnight. Then liquidity amid holidays and major markets could exacerbate short-term price swings. While diplomatic channels are active in Eastern Europe and the Middle East, actual deals remain elusive in both regions, sustaining risk and demand for precious metals. Yeah, gold is still on its way to fill this range. So it's like, yeah, correct. We know that price is going to fill this range, but getting the trade to fill the range, it's also a different story. Because of all these pullbacks and everything. So it's trying to shake out as many people as it could before it started to move down. So you see it's heading down towards support over there. $15-minute was clean. All time frames were clean. Hourly. The hourly area finally it's actually playing out the way it kind of makes sense for it to play out with this area here and that liquidity grab, including the rejections. About 30 pips left. We'll see how much of this range has been filled from here to here. Looking about 65. Right at the mark. Starting to see a bit of pullbacks. Nice little reversal play would be good here. From this area, from the sellers from this zone. Because we had the sellers come in here, distribute price, and then set up again. Somewhere like right here. Then push it up. I feel like with the way price is moving right now, the prices could the setup could come like quite surprisingly. It could just come out of nowhere. So it's always good to be ready. It could just set up. Sometimes the moves just set up so discreetly, especially like when you're on the 1 minute time frame. So I want to see it come down, create a support there, and then attempt to break the highs. Yeah, it's pretty nice closure if we can close like this. It's being weighed down by that 8 SMA. Oh, come on, just a bit more. Pulling up here in the last 4 seconds. Garbage. It's a garbage close. Let me see. Ah, it's such a garbage close over there. Yeah, we need something a little bit more good looking. But I like the barcode. Little barcode situation here. See, boom, boom, boom. Boom, candle will close bullish. If close bullish, there could be potentially a move here. But it will not be very, very clean. And it will be a little bit more aggressive considering markets coming down. But if markets were moving up bullish, then yeah, you sometimes take these aggressive plays and you gotta have a higher chance of playing out. But right now, with the way the market's behaving, it's better to be cautious on the buys. Just want to see this thing come down, create a support, and then continue to move out bullish. See, it's gonna come up, create that support. If we can create like support somewhere around here within this area, create like some kind of foundation that the buyers can have an attack, a potential attack over here. We're going to be trading against a 5 minute SMA. which is not the greatest, but let's see the hourly. Oh, we got a new hourly about to open up too, which is good. If we get a new hourly open in about 7 minutes, about 8 minutes, new hourly will open. So actually, it would be better. Yeah, it would be better if the hourly actually opens up first. $15-minute OB at 19. If you think this is an order block, awesome. Orb. Oh, what is that? OB? Let's see. Kevja looking for a buy. Kevja with the buys today morning. Oh, nice. Very good. Clean trade. Very, very nice. Yeah, you got a clean trade there. Create that support. See if we can get the buyers in. This is going to be the first chance that we can get. Oh, but you see the hourly candle. Hourly candle still needs to close. Got the 16-minute here in 16 seconds. This might actually be coming in a bit sooner. So if it breaks this high, I'm going to be in. You gotta wait. We gotta wait for... Yeah, we gotta wait for this high now. Oh, it's creating a resistance. Okay, it's creating a resistance. Oh, but it's probably it's still probably the same high though. There's two entries there. Yeah, there's those two entries there. Ooh, tricky. There's two entries, but I think the safer one would be the one right here. Break of the high. I think that would make the most sense. This one can still be invalidated. If it breaks above this high, there's a chance that it was considering this general zone right over here, but it's setting up nicely right now. So I'm waiting for a break of 949.22.80. We got clean range on the 5-minute as well if it starts to break the high. We'll be coming right into that 5-minute SMA. But it's good if we wait for that hourly candle. If that hourly can close first, will be perfect. Now we got some rejection wicks towards the lows as well here. Rebreak of the highs to fill up some of this range towards that resistance by 49.25. 49, that's 49.25.57. See, we're breaking, creating new smaller higher high. It would be better if that 1 minute created resistance and played around here for a little bit longer. Because it only needs 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes for the hourly. If it closes bullish without breaking, then it's kind of gonna invalidate the area there for me. A little volatile here today. I created a resistance. This is good. It's better that it did that. Because it get 2 more minutes for the new hourly open. Better if it hangs around here if it can. See, if this candle actually breaks, I would still need to get in. It's like it's waiting. The way it's fluctuating right now, it feels like it kind of low-key wants to wait for the hourly open. Don't give it away yet, buyers. Hold them in. Hold them in here. Hold this range for them, and then the buyers will have a better chance of the new hourly. So we start moving in the new hourly direction rather than trying to pull up on this hourly that's currently bearish. Right, trading is a game between buyers and sellers. So you're always looking to see how the foundation is being built for the moves, right? It's not random. So we got about 1 more minute. 1 more minute would be nice to see if that minute candle here can close before breaking. Close bullish, and we at least get the new hourly in our confluence. So you see, the idea here is like we're coming down to an accumulation, right? We filled up 65% of this range. And if we can just respect this area with these rejection wicks, we could potentially see a break of the highs and then get a fill of this range. But you see, still moving down. Looks like it broke towards the downside. And this is basically the move I'm trying to catch. Like a move like this, but on the opposite direction. It's not 20 seconds. It can still redeem itself if it pulls up. Yeah, like 20 seconds. You see, there's just kind of this heavy bearishness in the market currently. So we're gonna be like patient for any kind of like a buy. And it is closing below support with the new hourly open. That's a very nice structure right over there. Maybe it can redeem itself by making this a liquidity grab. Right over there. Because we just got the hourly open, so... you know, this could potentially be that hourly fakey. Hourly still didn't create a bottom wick there though. It's going for that 49.16. Support to test it out. See, with our new hourly candle, we got like fresh volume in the market. Then candlesticks can move a bit better. Sheesh. Candles are just opening and moving 15-20 pips so fast. Can't even see them moving. It is jittery. Very jittery here. The next range is gonna be below. Actually, the 15-minute just closed below that range. That support. Got 15-minute clean traffic. I can't believe the hourly didn't create a bottom wick yet. See, on the 5-minute, we'll be trading above the SMA. The range has been fully mopped up towards support right now on the first range. On the 5-minute from point A, which is right over here to point B. So that has been fully corrected now. Now the next range is on the 15-minute. You see it broke below 15, but it looks like a fakie. I just don't like the way this overall setup here is looking, because if it takes out these highs, we could have a situation where it's just like one of those, you know, one of these candles, because there's still no bottom wick there. And then like have one of these candles. Go back on the 1 minute. It does on futures. Oh yeah, so my chart's a bit behind. My broker doesn't still. I think that would be invalidated now. It just broke and retest this area. Probably need to wait for it to somewhat set up again. Still attempting to move down. You see, since the London Open here, still been trickling to the downside. Still haven't had any confirmation for the buy. Just getting sell confirmations. Yeah, we are getting the setups. The setups are playing out. They're playing out on the opposite direction though. That 15 minute, you see that 15 high close below that support? Could be doing like small break and retest off the support, reflip, re-break the previous 15 minute lows, and see this range here get corrected. Probably gonna see volume come in once it breaks below these key wicks. Got a wick here, got a wick here. Healthy top wick has been formed. Go back on the 1 minute. Jesus, it feels like it's about to start running.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Run, Forest. Told you. Classic. Ricardo took it. Got it. Could not resist. See, that was the same idea I was trying this morning as well. During the pre-London session. I was trying to catch that same idea, right? That just happened right now. Literally the same trade I was trying to catch. But instead I caught an L here. That was the same idea I was trying to catch. And it was so clean as well. Very clean range. And these other ones been playing out. We had one here on the 15 and we had one here on the 15. I was seeing 23 pips, but pull up right as I closed it. Or like 19. Yeah, this pullback's a bit pesky, but you see it's still on its way down. Like beautiful top wick that was formed on the 5. You can see a pretty long top wick and then re-break the lows, come down. Gonna be looking to fill up this next range over here. It's falling. It's falling, man. Goldie is gonna have a pretty interesting week this week. Could also be breaking into a much larger consolidation here on the daily. You notice we got like key support down here by 4750. You got resistance by 5100. So it comes down, possibly retests that zone, and then continues to move up. and breaks that area. But you will see, chat, by the time we're moving above here, it's either we're going to start moving sooner, and then you're going to see on the news that something has gone, something has escalated, or some catalyst has come into play. But it's like you're going to see it line up with the market, especially like once you start coming up towards like 5100. And then that's going to give us more confidence on those overall bullish continuation. This is the thing with gold you don't see on other pairs, because you can easily live just from these moves. Oh yeah. Just from those pushes, yep. You get like at least 20, 20, 30, 20, 16, 16, 20, 30. 16, 20, 30 pips easily. 16, 20. You just need to have like a decent confirmation at least. You just must have some kind of a confirmation. Obviously it's not all the time, but majority of the time. At least from our experience. Majority of the time. See, you see how low the volume used to be, guys? We used to secure like 13 pips. That was like a 1-to-1 in 2024. 13.9 pips, 11 pips. 25 pips was a 1-to-2. Got 14 pips. Even look at this. Got even a 1-to-2. Look at this. This was a, oh, but this is GJ. Yeah, GJ. Pretty tight stop loss. Stop loss is right there. On pound yen. Let's see, where's gold? Gold 17 pips. But I wouldn't be expecting too much beyond like 20 pips. Now it would like easily come out to like 30 pips at least. You see how different the market conditions were? You can just see with the close pips from 2024. So different. Right now, if I had this close pip section over here, you'll probably be seeing like an average of 20, 30 plus. I remember trading is not about pips, it's about percentage gains, right? But pips is just one unit of measurement. For those of you swing traders out there who are used to catching thousands of pips, we don't do that here.
We don't do that here.
We just focus on risk percent, because at the end of the day, you catch 1,000 pips, it's still 1%, 2%, still the same thing, right? You can just flex. You're gonna flex a bit more. I got 1,000 pips, awesome. Got 200 pips today. Awesome. How much you make? 1%. How many pips you catch? How about 16 pips? How much you make? 1%. Nice. Anyway, let's see. Here on the 15. It's starting to break below support. We did get the push. The push down. It was 30, 38, close to 40 pips on the shotgun play towards the downside. These are completely bleeding off here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bearish candles in a row. Am I in sells? I think you gotta open up your eyes over there and then look and see what's on the screen. We got the terminal right here. There's no position on the chart right now. Silver doing the opposite of gold. Yeah, silver on the daily is up 3.35%. It is trying to break out of the range as well. Here on silver, let's see, the daily is also in a much bigger accumulation there on silver. But it does look better. It looks a little bit more sustained than gold does, like as a commodity, because commodities have been performing quite well since last year. Silver, platinum, gold. Silver does look a lot more sustained. If you look at the structure, it looks a lot more confident. You got resistance right here, break above that resistance. You got some clean range. You're at the bottom of the consolidation, whereas gold is a star. You know, gold is a star here, so a lot more pressure on gold, but silver also is above gold in first place. And then I think it's silver, gold, platinum, right? Or silver, platinum, gold. But you know, gold is still a star, so It's facing some and the way the structure is here, we could sense the struggle from this point when we created that break and retest, but it couldn't break above, and then it started coming down because we want to see gold move up, because you know gold is a unit, mainly I would say the major unit of measurement for uncertainty, because it is that go-to safe haven, right? Even when people buy, they buy mostly like physical gold. Yeah, you buy silver, but gold is just go-to for most people as well, you know. It's like a safe haven asset. So this thing is facing a lot of pressure here without having us any catalysts to continue pushing it up bullish. So that's why we're reading a bunch of, you know, technical recoveries to the upside. We're seeing like profit taking, a lot of waiting. If you look at all these headlines, we're just talking about psychological marks as well. A lot of focus towards things like last week here was the red folders and the jobs data. This week it is nothing. This week so far it's FOMC Fed minutes, FOMC meeting minutes. So it's just like a lot of anticipation. And then Trump has been quiet of late. I don't know what Trump has been up to. Oh, is that talks? They supposed to have talks this week. I think that's a major thing for Trump, right? He's going to be having those talks. I believe it's on Friday. Let's go to his calendar here. Let's see. The president participates in a Black History Month reception. I love the blacks. I love the blacks. Press briefing by White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. President participates in signing time. President participates in policy meeting. Yeah, this looks like anything here that can like move markets on the president's calendar. I'm looking for price to buy up a bit so I could sell on the 15. Trust me, like you're gonna catch a buy, you're gonna catch the first structural buy here. That's just gonna show the importance of patience. You know, if you're really looking for a buy bias and you catch it, we get the structure and you catch it. That's literally going to be the first buy setup since the London Open. I'm not talking about these wick grabs that people like to get. Like a proper move. A proper structural move that actually breaks to create new higher highs. Significant higher highs. Even on the LTF. We have yet to come across that. What's that instrumental? It's called Track Tribe Lawrence. I think it's a YouTube track. What do these dots mean? These are like moving averages. When you click on the candlesticks, it got like these dots. So we can't buy now. No, it's because price is still moving down. We need to see price at least start to break some key wicks, and then that will be looking a lot more interesting for buy. I'm thinking maybe even above here. But I want to see. Yeah, I want to see create a little bit of structure, but there is potential. There's a potential above. This is by 49.20. So on the 5 minute no clean range. Yeah, if it pops up there, then I will give it a shot for price to move up at that point, because I do see the setup on the 15 minute. There's clean range at the break of the highs. We'll just really need like a strong volume to come in, or possibly wait. Let me see something. See, what was yesterday's sell like? Yesterday's sell was a lot cleaner. Why'd you rate this, Ricardo? Let's get a B plus. What would you say? B plus? I think it's there. It's definitely there, but it could look a bit cleaner. I'm not too keen on this area here, unless it comes up, comes down, and then breaks the high. That could look a little bit more shaped up. I definitely do still see it though. That's a tricky part, because if it plays out, it's gonna be the same thing like yesterday, where it's like we got that same variation of a move, which is not the cleanest, but still had to execute on. I think I'm gonna be a little bit cautious, because even yesterday's move was a tricky variation, but it was still a lot cleaner in terms of the structure I was looking for. But we'll have to see how it cooks up. as it comes up towards that resistance. Because a buy here as this 5-minute moves up wouldn't be the most ideal, because the candle have already pushed about 48 pips. It could definitely still do more. But I guess the story would be different in the case that if we got a 5-minute candle first close and then break like this. Vic, why buy if the market's bearish? It's just part of a rule that I set myself for the London session, is that if the daily bias is bullish, meaning if the daily candle, you see, if you look at the daily candle, it still predominantly has more bias in it. It's up right now 0.81%. I get it, like it's moving down structurally, and maybe even on daily you might see that it's coming down, but that's market structure. But I'm focusing more on the daily bias. How strong? Just for the London session. It's just like a rule that I set myself mid 2025. And since I've been doing it since mid 2025, it's been a lot better. Oh, but I'm still contemplating whether to take this move over here. Ooh. It's coming in heavy. Then it would have played out. I didn't take it. I was hoping it would have set up a bit better for me. I didn't take it yet. What if it would have played out? Oh, it's playing out. Freaking playing out. Damn. Damn, Daniel. I can't believe it. Damn, Daniel. I didn't like this. I didn't like this area over here. But I could see it. I could see that there was a potential move in there. Difficult. Just got back. Good trade. Order flow confluence also. Oh, nice. Yeah, anyway, the stop is supposed to be like right here. So that would have just been just a quick 1-to-1 there at 20 pips. Yo, that 5 minutes skyrocketed up. It was like, but we know it can still push. Like this is 40, 49, then it pushed an additional 100 more pips from that entry. Additional 23 pips. Coming back to retest that zone. I told you buy. TP 49.31. If it breaks the highs now, should go for the 1-to-1, at least normally 1 or 1 to 1.5. Yeah, I wanted you to rate this, but you were gone. What would you have rated this setup? $7.1. B plus A. To me, it feels like it's there, but it's not there at the same time. It's like on the verge of being there, but yeah, but anyway, I'll see if there's anything that kind of like sets up a bit cleaner for me. If you wanted to hold a runner though, that would definitely have come back into break even. Because the new 5-minute, because I think the new 5-minute opened up, because this is quite extended. But nice that that continued to move up. We got the new 5-minute open to pull back down. It still has a range of roughly around 25 pips towards that next resistance. Sometimes it's like sometimes it's also it's good, like let's say if you didn't catch that move and then the next one sets up, then the next one, you know, if that didn't run, then the next one could be that runner, because that would mean the first one got stopped out, because the market likes to do that a lot. It likes to stop out positions before it continues in their direction. Not necessarily the stop loss, but even just come to the entry, because it hits the entry, it's hitting break evens, right? And then it continues in that direction. So sometimes the benefit of getting in again is that you just get the continuation. So I'm looking to see what's about to cook up over here. So I like kind of want this thing, you see what I mean? Like, it just come to retest the area. Even if it wants to keep moving up, it will just retest the area. But if it comes and sets the structure up and then re-breaks, there's a better chance that it will just keep moving up. Because this is still the first inception of the move to the upside here on gold. Like, we're finally starting to get a little bit more structure, because we've been just selling off since the London Open. See how it comes down. It would be nice to come down a bit more. Right here, push up. I caught that one. Oh, nice. Yeah, if you caught it, congratulations, man. You execute on it. That's what I mean. The market will pay most of the time when you don't hesitate. When you don't hesitate. When you hesitate, that's a problem. So I thought yesterday's trade was bad. Because I kind of had to push myself into this one. But I think the important thing is at least you're still identifying the area. So in either case, if it plays out, you know, awesome. If it didn't play out, remember, also if it did not play out, if it just like faked out and everything, then you would still also feel quite good that you did not get involved. Because whenever you take a trade, you have to be more thinking that you're happy to lose the trade, right? So if it didn't play out, I don't know how happy I would have been to lose the trade on that one. Maybe a C at best. Secure 10 pips to recover some of the previous loss. And I'm trying to catch like a bomber clot. I would preferably like to catch a little bit beyond 20 pips. That's kind of what I would love to aim for. We're going to see what cooks up here. It's cooking up a potential reversal play for these buyers that came into the market earlier on. So we'll see if it creates a support and then breaks the highs, there should be a continuation. But if it just starts to break lows like it's doing right now, or creates a support and then break the low, then that could be the potential reversal signal for them. So I want to see if this minute candle here can first close bullish. We got 33 seconds. Looks like it's still trying to push down. So see, it's a small window of opportunity there. Small window of opportunity to make about 20 pips. That was your 4th break even today. Holy. Why so many break evens? What are you doing over there? Most sensible move from here would be a retest of 49.12 and see what happens. Oh, wait a second. Is this boom? No. I thought it's trying to break into a larger range. Right over here. A bit of a bull trap on the 5-minute with that like really bullish candle, you see? Like quite an exuberant candle. And then all of a sudden, doesn't even push or follow through on the next 5-minute. Then it comes down. So that candle could have been like a bull trap. See, it also closed above this minor. It's a minor resistance zone. Right over there. Got that reversal play. What if I quit job and start focusing on $50 per day in trading? I would say at least be able to make $50 before quitting your job. Never quit your job before becoming profitable. Right? So I was in this position as well once, but the reality is you're just tricking yourself, right? You're just tricking yourself to think that you become profitable. It's the same reason why people do funded programs before they're not profitable as well, is because they kind of like feel that the problem is their account size. So I had that problem as well, where I did like 3 funded accounts and lost all 3 because I kept having it in my head that my account size was a problem. But you know, it's just a way you're gonna make kind of excuses, because we need like, you know, a comfort blanket when we're learning to trade, because trading can be so difficult that sometimes we need these comfort blankets, you know, like, oh, you know, it's my account size is the problem. And you know, maybe if I quit my job, I'll focus more on the chart. But just understand that these are just excuses, because you're only human at the end of the day, right? We like to make these excuses, but deep down inside we know what the real reason is that we're either not profitable or anything of the sort. So just always stay true to yourself, you know, and just stay online, just stay on track. So at least you want to see yourself, give yourself at least 25 trades would be a good start to see if your system is even profitable or not. And then see how that performs over, like, let's say a quarter, like 3 months. And if you can consistently make something out of the market, it doesn't even have to be that big of a risk that you're taking like $50. You could literally just be risking like $5 if you want, you know, even less. But if you can consistently grow that small account, there's no reason you wouldn't do it on a bigger account. But you just got to prove to yourself first that you can do it. And you know what you're doing is the same thing people do when they go to the gym, get gym membership, and they say, I'm going to start gymming 5 times a week. When was the last time you even went to the gym 5 times a week? You know, you're going to maybe even talk to your trainer and say, hey, you know, I can give you 5 times a week. I'm really serious. I want to do this thing. But man, if you got a good trainer, your trainer will ask you, when was the last time you did 5 times a week consistently? Then your trainer will say, you know what, instead of 5 times, give me at least 1 or 2 times a week consistently for a month. If you can do that, then we can start to talk about 2 times a week. We'll see if you can keep it up for the second month. See if you're serious about that 5 times a week, so you can kind of build that commitment and slowly work yourself up to it. Because you got to start yourself off too high. That's what happens with like even New Year's resolutions, right? I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You start yourself and you gas yourself up so much. And when push comes to shove, you don't do it. You don't do it. It's just all hot air. The moment also people start telling you about business ideas and all these things that they want to do, that's just all hot air. Just so they can feel that feeling that they've kind of done it. I can tell you the amount of people, for example, who have DM'd me on my Instagram saying, hey Vic, I want to join the mentorship. I'm going to join the mentorship this week. I can tell you 100%, if maybe okay, nothing is 100%. Let's say 99% of those people, they never ended up joining the mentorship. They always just said that they're going to join so they can get that feeling out. You know, it's the same thing. It's like when your girlfriend's going to tell you, hey babe, I really want to start joining the gym, right? Like most of the time they're not going to like fully commit. Instead of telling me, do it. Instead of telling me that new business idea, do it. You know, but for you in this case, and for most of us traders, is to be able to differentiate between like hoping and producing results. Because if you can produce for me results like this, I'll tell you, what are you still doing in your 9-to-5 job? It's time for you to stop wasting this gift that you have and, you know, start executing on your ideas. Be a little bit more confident, you know, because some people can actually produce results, but for XY reasons, I don't know, maybe they're just not confident to take that leap as well, which it is a leap because trading is like entrepreneurship, right? So you are taking your leap, but it would be great if you can have some kind of a results first to fall back on. That way, you know, it's not an accident. Sorry, man, I'm talking too much over here, and the price is potentially setting up. I would like to see some resistance to be formed here first before it breaks the highs. We could get like a strong push to the downside. That'd be nice, like a strong bearish candlestick. Got about 10 seconds. Oh, it's pushing 5 seconds and invalidate. Hey guys, hey Tetra, wishing you good luck today. I just joined. Oh, nice. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Lasha. What are you looking for? I'm looking for a buy. But this thing is not giving me that signal here. I wanted to see a candlestick close bearish on the 1 minute and then get it on the break of the high. Because we got some nice range to trade in between here. On the 5 minute, we have a really nice range. It's about like 34 pips. Really, really nice ranges. I want to trade in between this. It's kind of overall creating like some kind of a support area over here on Goldie. You can see it's starting to slow down a little bit more, which is nice. I was looking for a distribution from this area, so it looks like boom, boom. But I also don't like the break how it broke out here, because you got like multiple candle closes. You got this close and then this close. It's still showing like a slowness in volume, although it is somewhat still attempting to push up. To fill the range, that could have looked a lot better. It's a much bigger consolidation. It could be coming to break up the highs right over here. Why'd you rate this one? Rate the setup in the chat. Rate the setup in the chat from a scale of 1 to 10. I was one in those in the DM. I'm here now. Hey, welcome AJ. You're the 1%. Yeah, you're literally like 1%. Nine. All right. Got a 9 in the chat. Let's see. 5-minute is still clean range to move up. It's moving clear and straightforward. See how big this area is, like 100 pips, 100 pip range. It's on the 5-minute. We just got a new 5-minute open. Yeah, we got a new 5 open. 9.5. Oh, I gotta like, let me see if I can invert the scale. Boom. So if this was a sell, this is how that would look. Boom, boom, boom. All right. I'll be right back. Yeah, sometimes it helps when you flip the scale. Yeah, I know, I gotta flip it back. Sometimes it helps when you flip the scale because I can see it a bit cleaner. Some people also find it easier to see the cells a bit cleaner. So if this was a sell idea, this would still not be the best. So that would also mean that the buy is not the best. I think what I would wait for is just, it's like swinging a lot. Yeah, it's consolidating, but it feels like more of like a swing. You know what I mean? It's not like that really nice clean cut consolidation. We just see an accumulation of candlesticks within this range and this low. Let me flip it back. It's cooking, it's cooking. It's cooking the moves like so discreetly today. So we had one like literally right over here. Super discreet one. And see that window of opportunity was quite short before it started pulling back again. And then now we have this broader one right over here. I would have taken that one just because I got the confluence again. I would say 7 out of 10. Let's see. Oh god, lifestyle. Deboned and stuffed duck for dinner. Oi. Oh, nice. Stuffed duck. Yeah, today is the New Year, right? So today is the Chinese New Year there. Got some Chinese duck. I don't know if China is like Japan, but in Japan they say if you're gonna, let's say if you're gonna buy something, like it's gotta look the same way when it comes out of the package. You know, if you're gonna buy anything in like a package, it's gotta look the same exact way. Otherwise, you actually kind of breaking a rule or a law there in Japan, like false advertising. Because you know, you get a lot of false advertising. How many times you go to a McDonald's or fast food chain where the burgers look so good on the pictures that when you get it, it's completely something different, right? So that's like false advertising. Don't know if they got that in China though. But yeah, it looks like a pretty good duck over here. A really nice duck that you cooked up. That y'all cooked up. Happy New Year. What is the year? Is it the year of the dragon? I think it is, right? I like Chinese, man. When I go to a Chinese restaurant, they love to give gifts. They love to always give you like some kind of a gift. Very good business people as well. When it comes to that restaurant business. Let's see, Wednesday. No, what year is it in China? The year. Oh, the horse. Yeah, the year of the, I think what did it say? The flaming horse or something like that. The fire horse. We'll celebrate the fire horse before 2027. Oh, nice. Oh, 2027 marks the year of the fire goat. Let's go. That's gonna be the year of the yacht. Year of the fire goat. Oh, alright, let's lock in, let's lock in, let's lock in, let's lock in. What time is it right now? 4:52. We're heading towards that 5 a.m. Eastern candle. Sometimes trading is like tailoring a suit. So you gotta, flip the cloth around, make sure the stitching is all good. Yeah, you gotta take pride in your entries. New hourly open in a few. Would be nice to get the new hourly open first. What day is it? Wednesday. We got Thursday, Friday. All right. This week went by pretty fast. Where's the volume coming from? I'm not gonna take a breakout if it can break away from this zone area over here. Well, liquidity grab on the 5-minute time frame as well. So we just took out some orders here. I suspect once we break above these highs, we should get at least a bit of a pop above this clean range towards like 49.25. Got that nice little SMA confluence to holding price. Yeah, the 5-minute does look like a range. Like candles are just ranging here. So actually what I'm waiting for is a breakout out from the range. 49.23. See 5-minute candles accumulating here. We got space in between the 8 SMA and the 50. See what the hourly looks like. Hourly's still fresh. Hourly, see the hourly hasn't had any like follow throughs as of yet. It's still kind of like small hourly candle. It's not pushy. See the difference between the previous and this current one? This previous one already had a few moves, a few follow throughs. The current hourly candle did not. But I want to see what's going to happen here at this resistance. Because I might be coming in sooner. If we can maybe form like some kind of a resistance there. See if it like pulls down heavy. See, 4 seconds literally can change the whole game in just the last few seconds. Alright, looks like it did close. It did close bearish. Also, my broker, we did close bearish. Don't mind if it takes a bit longer to set up as well. Pulls down a bit. Because now we've got in the range. From where I'm looking for the breakout. I've got in the range where I want to see my breakout happen. So at this point, I don't mind if it plays around here for a bit longer. It actually will be better because the new hourly candle is about to open. This trade is almost a 5 a.m. Eastern candle. I don't think we've had a trade like that the whole month. Yeah, we haven't had a 5 a.m. Eastern candle trade. The last time we had that 5 a.m. Eastern trade was... When was this? This 6-6. Yo, we haven't had... Oh, no, we had one here. This was in January 16th. 5 a.m. Usually they're coming in a lot sooner. Got 5, the 6, 6, 1. Damn, we're only taking a 1 5 a.m. Eastern trade. This whole year. Those are kind of rare. Because I think this was one right over here. This was one right over here at 423. but the bias has also been in the opposite direction. Otherwise, they would have been coming in sooner from when the London session opened up. But yeah, I do like the way this is cooking up here. Only thing would be perfect would be if we can just get the next 1 minute candle closed before the break. So that's going to be the new hourly candle open. Next Chinese New Year, I have to wear red or I get a year of bad luck. Red every day, at least one item. Just get yourself a Naruto headband. You don't have to think about it much. What to wear red. Yeah, red sole shoes. Or you can put a red envelope in your shoe. Yeah, like the Chinese, you know, very superstitious. Especially the Chinese people I see where when you're at the casino. Superstitious. Let's see. 49, 22, 36, 49. Alright, nice. Red bottoms. The year of the red bottoms. Get some. Let's see, current trade, a sell, enter. That's 49.19.20. 49.19.20. Oh, you're waiting for price to come up here. That's still within the range. You're still within this area right over here. Man, I'm quite happy about the setup. I like the way the setup's cooked up. The hourly's created a bottom wick. Oh, previous hourly, just look at how weak it is. Created like a small little doji over there on the previous hourly candlestick. See if we can respect the zone. See, daily bias still up 0.80%. Buy a lot of red underwear. Yeah, that works. $15 looks like setting up if it closes bullish. Let's see, 15. Yeah, you see that even the 15, this clean range. Like if we start coming above here on the 15, maybe we see a fake out situation of this previous area where we broke below. See our price broke below this section. And then now it's kind of like accumulating. So if like re-breaks those highs, we could probably see it come back up. Come back even up like a strong push up. But yeah, the 15 would first need to move up around 53 pips and then still push some additional pips over here towards TP. It's gearing up. I think it's kind of waking up slowly but surely. I like the setup. I like the setup because, you know, whenever it's like screenshot, if I can screenshot this and then put in my journal, then I would look back at that and say, yeah, that was a move. Like that was a clean move. It was pretty straightforward. Just let the probabilities take over at that point. Very clean. Remember, chat, drink some water. Don't trade like a raisin. Small liquidity grab just happened here on the 1 minute time frame. So I want to see if this can help facilitate the move up once we start to break above 49.22. Mr. Wardy. Yeah, we're approaching an entry here, Wardy. We're approaching 49.20. I think that's what she said. 49.19.20. Getting earlier entries. First one on the plane. Is a 5 minute about to close? Oh yeah, it's about to close. Nice. We got about 10 seconds here. Let's get a new 5 minute closure. Get some fresh 5 minute candlesticks. Beautiful. Five-minute create a bottom wick. Healthy bottom wick. This candle has to be the candle that breaks. If it doesn't break, I'll have to wait for a possible re-entry above here. All right. So I got stuck in. Don't like that initial fluctuation. Volatility. Loads of volatility. That 8 SMA is the last line of defense for the move. Should respect it. It's literally the last psychological support that we're gonna have. Don't like that grabby PA though. The way it just break the high and then pulls in like that. Come on, 8 SMA. You got this. Made us to make kiss of death. Literally the thing that's holding price right now. If you're not comfortable, get out of break even. As you're in profit right here. If you're not comfortable, you have the option. I'm already stuck in, so just gotta see it play out for myself. Come on, Goldie, just give us a sharp movement through the zone. Because we got the kiss of death on the 1 minute. New 5 minute open. Look at that volatility. Sheesh. It's really deciding here if it's going to be having a sharp movement soon. So I'm still kind of anticipating a sharper move towards the upside. And so much fluctuation there. Back into drawdown. Retesting that SMA. Not the cleanest setup or follow through in terms of price action. Come on, Goldie, you can do it.
Spartans! What is your profession?
And where the buyer's at, let's go. You can see it's trying to pull up, right? You see how that 8 SMA is also holding? It's just sellers are still quite active right now, but it's going to be a sharp move. If it does move up and break those highs, all right, stop loss to break even. Stop loss to break even. Right over there. TP just got hit. See, am I gonna get stopped out? Because I got a bit of slippage. Yeah, I got stopped out here at BE, but TP got hit. Man, not getting that follow through, because once it started re-breaking the highs right there, it should have gone through. It should have gone through that mark. But it's bouncing up and down too much. But hey, if you manage to secure something here, you know, awesome. Managed to catch a 1-to-1. Very good. Let's see, I scaled in also. Lol, it's a W. Going to hold, let's see. Because it should follow through. It's doing too much. Gold right now. Because after hitting, you see, just around 20 pips, that's where we normally say we get those reactions, correct? So we hit our first reaction, or rather second reaction mark. And that's typically when the pullbacks are going to be coming in. So if we were going to get like a runner, it should have just continued running through that mark. But instead, what it did here was it just paid out this position. And I guess it didn't want to just fake it out because it was a clean setup. Like the setup overall was pretty clean. So yeah, I think it just paid it out. It just wanted to pay it out. Like I said, Goldie is quite forgiving. That it's not a Judas, you know. It's like if it's a good setup and it was meant to play out, even through the fluctuations, it will play out. But the important thing is just not to be greedy, especially when you see it like struggling quite a lot. So yeah, I think that was a W move. If I didn't get the slippage, then, you know, would have secured something, would have been pretty good. But I think on YouTube there's a 10-second lag, so y'all probably got in when it already pulled down. So it should have been just about a 1-to-1 plus, a little bit more maybe. Because the pull down was quite fast when it went up and then down. But yeah, congratulations, you know, pretty good move. We waited for this move, we got the move, and that's just the way it played out here. How big is my lot? It's 2.50. So the important thing is we got the confirmation. Because remember, without any confirmations, there's no trade. But overall, still seeing quite a lot of this selling pressure, although the daily is up 0.85%. So basically what happened here today was we had one move that was to be taken here. Although that was not such a... It was a good setup. We could see it. But we wanted something a little bit more than that. So this was still a move that had pushed up quite nicely. I think that also did about like what, 20 pips? Roughly? Yeah, it did about like 23. Let's just say 20 pips. 20 pips. So that one paid out. And then this was a second confirmation since the London opened for buys, because we've just been looking for buys. So we just got one buy confirmation here. We got another buy confirmation right over here. So those two moves did play out. This one gradually came into the entry, so getting filled in would be much better there. This one kind of chopped a bit, but yeah, I think all in all, price action is... There's definitely a bit of a shock in the water, but all in all, PA is what do you call it? It's not too bad. It's not too bad. But well done, Wardy. Wardy got in a bit early here. He got into the plane a little bit earlier by 49, 19, 20. I got in on the plane as one of the last people to board the plane here. It would have been such a beautiful runner as well. Like, I feel like this had an opportunity to keep running, because that volatility is a double-edged sword. You know, on one end of it, you're going to get this strong pullbacks if you're not careful. But on the other end of it, man, this thing can just blow past your profit-taking zones. Especially when it hesitates by the entry and then decides it wants to start moving. It can just blow past those areas and then continue to move up bullish. You see, you got like so much, still a bit more range here towards like that resistance. That's realistically where I think if it continued moving up, I would have closed somewhere around here, somewhere around these points. Look for around maybe 600, 657, around that much. $657. I missed it. You missed it. What do you mean you missed it? You didn't take your own trade? I'm not contesting your strategy, but the setup came way earlier for me. Oh, nice. I'm using supply resistance plus DOM, and it's amazing. What is DOM? Nice, but yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. If you find that it's working for you, very well done. I come in always a bit later because I gotta wait for the structure to break. I got to wait. Man, tough day today. And we don't even have any news. Only FOMC meeting minutes. I feel like Goldie's a bleeder today. You see price come. The thing is, like, gold has to break below support over here. It's got to break below 4915.58. So we could see price continue to come down. It's like 273 pips down below the support. So what you're seeing here now on the 15 minutes just going to look like a grab right over here, potentially for the move to the downside. It's also retesting what we also thought could have been a reversal play of this area. Boom, boom, come down like this and then reverse back into the zone. It's now looking like it's just a small retest of the entries from previously over here. You can see candlestick came right to the mark and then started pulling down again. Retest, like small kind of like break and retest, because there's a high volume area over here that started breaking below. So this thing is still cooking up the bigger move, but in essence, gold is at a point A right now. So it's a point A. The point B's are going to come below this area over here. But you know, the buys could still play out quite beautifully, because if you still re-break above that high, and as we're approaching that pre-New York time, you still have this whole area that you're gonna fill up. It's like 144 pips. So you got 144 pip range above that area. You got about 270 pips below support over there. So it's cooking up, chat. It's cooking up. Goldie's about to have a pretty decent move overall soon. Above here, below here. Let me say, let's draw support. So we got potential sells below and potential buys above. Very good. Let's see this range from here. It's on the 5 minutes looking quite nice as well. The way the 5 minute there is set up. It's looking a lot more, what do you call it? Like the structure looks a lot more formed here, because we could create that secondary resistance next to this one. I think it's just a timing thing. It's 5:20 right now. The next volume time we would actually expect like these breaks are going to be like 6, around from 6 onwards. From 6 a.m. onwards. $5.20 right now. Because if it was a 520 breakout, we could have already broken out like literally right here. That would also have been looking pretty clean on the 1 minute. Do you think chances of it going back to 5,000 is higher, or heading down breaking 48 much higher? It's hard to say right now because we don't have catalysts moving the market. Everyone's just kind of waiting on the FOMC meeting minutes for something, for some kind of a motivation. But I would say 5K, you know, this is gold we're talking about. It's still moving with so much volume. Like on the intraday timeframes, we got loads of wicks. I mean, loads of pips on these candles. Like this 1 minute, for example, is literally about 26 pips and it's still going. About 27 pips. So gold is moving with like proper volume. It's just waiting for something. But deep down inside, gold knows it wants to go up, right? Because of all the uncertainty that's in the that's floating around right now in the world. So I would say 5K, we're going to most likely hit 5K, but today I don't think so. I don't know. That's like a lot of speculating. You know, the thing is right now we're in like a speculative market. So for me to give you like a higher time frame analysis, it's just like as good as anybody, you know. It's speculative. We don't have any information to go based off of. You see, that's all people are talking about. Even if you look at the news, Dow Jones Newswire, go back above 4,900, go below 5,000. It's like all that we're holding right now are just some key psychological marks, but there's nothing of real value. You know, look, gold edge is higher, likely on technical recovery. It's like these are all just technical stuff. And the market moves based off of mainly fundamentals and macros. So, you know, it could be anything. That's why most people are gonna trade in banks and stuff, like institutions, whatnot. They like macro fundamentals. It's a lot more clearer in terms of overall market direction. Yeah. But if I was just to guess, we could get to up to 5K, maybe most likely 5K today, because the daily is already bullish, and 5K is within. It's within range. You see, if you see from wick to wick of yesterday's candlestick, that did about 1,587 pips, right? If you do wick to wick from this daily, that would be just, you know, pretty much 5K. So in principle, we could do it. But at the same time, you see market's a bit lethargic, coming down slightly, slowly but surely. It's like trickling. So this whole week we've been having quite a trickle effect on Monday and Tuesday. On the intraday timeframes, we've also been dealing with a lot of this kind of a trickle. It's like thinning out of volume, you know? It's like when you have a tap that's leaking, it's kind of like, you know, trickling. That's kind of been the characteristic of markets. I don't think just gold. I would imagine broader markets in general are going to share a similar sentiment. Yeah, up and down, no direction. Exactly. But daily is still bullish. So usually when there's no sense of a direction, just go with the sentiment. It's always a good idea. Even people who trade like on forex factory, they're usually just gonna go with the sentiment, right? You just go with the sentiment most of the time instead of trying to like outsmart the market. So for example, we got core PCE price index on Friday. We're expecting neutral numbers. Actually, we're expecting an increase, which should be good for the currency, but it's such a slight increase from 0.2 to 0.3. And if you look previously, numbers have been generally speaking neutral. So for the most part, we can anticipate this to also be neutral. I guess maybe that's not the best example, but given the previous data here, yeah, this is looking more neutral, but let's see. What else we got? No, that's it. Unemployment claims tomorrow. Unemployment claims 227 to 223. We're expecting less numbers. So any number below this is going to be good for the dollar. Right? If we get less unemployment claims, and we're already expecting them to drop. So there's a good chance that numbers are going to come out to be a positive for the dollar. Right, just going with the sentiment is just basically the advice. I think if you went with the sentiment with the NFP, also the NFP went in line with the sentiment. But you know, at the end of the day, forex factory is just kind of a small gamble over here because the previous also gets revised most of the time anyway. DOM, depth of market. Oh, order book. Yeah, I use MT5. Still in trade posted on Discord. Oh, you got a fat stop loss. That's below the 5-minute structure, it looks even. This will be on the 5-minute. Still waiting over here. Yeah, I gotta wait and see. Got to wait and see. Because even on this candlestick came up, but it didn't break. It did not break the high. Didn't break the high over there. So I do believe it may be trying to find its way to really blast from this area, but we need some solid breaks. And then from the 15-minute and above, you have clean traffic. Right over here. Clean traffic. I actually did some sell on 40. Do you think it's time to clear out? I think you got to send a chart. You got to send a chart here to Discord so we can see your trade. This is what I was kind of hoping. Like a similar, obviously similar reaction like this. Break, and then just fill up. So that would be like equivalent to the 15-minute range. And then just get the spike up above to kind of mop up that area. But you see, these trades, they don't give you a hard time, right? They don't give you a hard time. There's no fluctuation. There's not a lot of fluctuation. It just like breaks, retests, and then continues. Moment like markets start to like chop around in that, that's not a good signal. You see, even got your TP hit. Look at this. Boom. TP hit. Came back to retest once and then skyrocketed up. Literally the first sell idea I wanted to take this morning was exactly like this. It broke. TP got hit. It came back. I contemplated. And then it continued to move up. Move down. Jeez. Getting some whips. Got a few whips over here. Sellers are coming in hot. Oh, Bombaclot. Holy. Yeah, today is a selly kind of day, huh, chat? Look at this, 62 pips. That technical, that 1% we saw earlier was like some kind of a technical pullback potentially. But it's definitely not an exuberant move to what we've been used to seeing. See, 15-minute candlestick closed above, but you see this next candle, it didn't break the previous candle highs to keep moving up bullish. It said the 15-minute closed above resistance. Next candle opened without a top hook even and just completely dumped. Small little liquidity grab. So it's doing some work on people right now, the market. Basically, it's developing character right now. That's what I like to call it. It's developing character inside of this range. So if you pick today to overtrade, the market always knows the day to get you. You can be so disciplined and then you're always going to pick that day that the market's just not playing ball to overtrade. So, you know, you got to be careful. Okay, this small little fake out over here, small liquidity grab below support, but predominantly, man, I think I see price overall going down. I don't know, man, chat. Like, this is all just freaking garbage PA, to be honest with you. Like, all I can say is if you get your setup, take your setup, manage your risk, just don't overtrade. Just don't overtrade. The higher time frame right now is super speculative. As you can see, we're just barcoding as well. So each moment in the market, as it unfolds, becomes unique. So as you know, we're looking at price, let's say potentially start to close below 49.16. It will increase the variables that will come down. If it breaks above resistance here and breaks this wicks, it will increase the variables that it goes up. And then everything else in between in trading is speculation. The rest of it is speculative. I need to get a couple COD rank games in. Oh, nice. I finished the Battlefield 6 campaign yesterday. It was pretty good. Hoping for better PA tomorrow. It was pretty fun. Pretty fun. Let's see. Yeah, this trade, whatever comes out of this section here is going to be so beautiful. Is it going to be a waterfall or a skyrocket? Whatever comes out of this, because you can see that compression, right? Like all this trading activity that's happening inside this kind of like box. So that's kind of what we do. You know, we just kind of watch. We just kind of watch from the outside, from the outskirts. So as they're fighting, you just got to let them fight. You got to let the buyers and the sellers fight. And then when you see who is winning the fight, then you want to join the winning team. Whether that's going to be going up or whether that's going to be going down. Let them fight. Let them auction. Let them auction. It's like when you're sitting at an auction and you're just watching two people fight and just waiting to get in. So when one guy stops fighting, then you can, if you really want to get it, then you can start your bidding as well. You start your bidding. So that's what it's waiting for right now. That's what the market's waiting for. You see, it's like bidding. But we got one guy over here. We got, who do we got? We got Ricardo versus the Nightbot. They're bidding. Ricardo wants to sell, so he's saying, I'm gonna sell here. Let's see if Nightbot can keep selling. Or Nightbot wants to buy, actually. But it looks like the sellers are taking over. We have a 9 minutes for candles there to close. 5 minute. We got a 5 minute speed bump right here by 49.12. However, the higher time frames still look cleaner. So like on the 15, if it gets through support by 49.12.45, then we can see it come down. And then we can just look at that speed bump over there as just some kind of small noise, right? Because the market has to move somewhere. Eventually, you know, it has to move somewhere. Like these small levels, they're meant to get disrespected, right? And you can imagine everybody in the world right now, day trading and looking at gold, we're all looking at that same thing. That same thing. We see the same fight that's going on here between like the buyers and sellers. Correct? Now we're just waiting to see who's going to take over. So we got to see if these wicks get broken. Because essentially they would already have their liquidity grab as well. Right above here by 49.24. They would have their grab and then break of the lows to come down. But the important thing is, it's not necessarily to feel FOMO about any sort of move out of this region. Also, the important thing is that price moves out of this region. That it's not going to get stuck here for too long. Because that makes trading much difficult for later. If we're just trading in the same spot. Oh, look at this. Sellers are coming in. Holy. Candles, just all I see is red on my MT5 right now. Price is just starting to break below. How much does this push? Already a clean 35 sweep. 35 pip sweep. You see, this is like a clean volume. This is what we just want to see, clean volume, right? So even on the break right there, a clean 30 pips. It's light work for gold. That's why like Goldie here, like to struggle like this, it's just also unnecessary. Like for it to push, you know, it pushed like how many pips? Like 11 and then starts to struggle. That's all just like unnecessary, right? Because it can do beyond 20 plus, like light work. So essentially it's the same idea here. It's still breaking out of the accumulation to the downside. See, like light work, light 30 pips. Even if it pulls up. Goldie should never struggle. That's a beautiful thing about gold. It's not like, you know, when you trade something like GJ, for GJ you expect a struggle, you expect slowness. With gold, not really. Like it will trigger you in, maybe it like retest quickly, but it won't struggle. Fake out coming. In any case, it still paid the sellers. Like even if it wants to fake out, that was a 30 pip move. You know, the thing is, like, if you've been trading gold for a while now, you'll know that 30 pips is quite even a significant move. like for gold. The only difference, it just looks small for you technically because you're looking at it like from a technical, oh, it could be looking small, like from a technical perspective only. That ideally, I guess what you would see more appetizing would be something like that, correct? But remember, the money is made in these like smaller moves. It's not made necessarily in the much larger moves because that's going to be your bread and butter from a day-to-day perspective. So that was pretty good. Like everybody took a sell there, like a quick 30. Remember, at the end of the day, trading is about making money. It's not about being correct. So if the moves are facilitating some sort of a profit taking, that's what you want to see. But yeah, let's see what happens at this point. Because now we just got the first round come in, the pullback, and let's see if we can get that continuation for it to continue bleeding off. Because he still got other players with bigger stops as well. For XY reasons, got much bigger stops. Are you planning another trade? Look at this. You see, this is why I don't like big stops on gold. Correct? Because I know if gold is gonna move, it's gonna move even in a short duration, like we saw that 30 pip move right now. Like, why not just give yourself a tighter stop? 16, 20 pips. Still catch, you know, this is kind of like a bit harder because you have to be more right. You have to be right first now about your trade, and then you have to be right about the market direction. And usually, I think, you know, where people go wrong is the market direction, right? Kind of gambling on the, well, not gamble, but on the direction of the wind, right? That's the longer you're in and you have bigger stops, it's more of like you need to be extra right. Now we need to be thinking about the direction of the wind fully. But you don't gotta be like super right. You just gotta be right enough. Alright? You just gotta be right enough. You see, just like this. Right enough. Right enough. In and out. But that's to each their own because everybody got like a different system of trade. Right? But with refinement, I think you're gonna build a lot of confidence in that approach. If you refine your entries a bit more. NQ is coming towards some kind of a 4-hour resistance. But yeah, let's see on the hourly. Hourly NQ looks beautiful, man. Like if we get through hourly resistance by 24,871, very open water over here to keep moving up. Keep moving up towards the next point, 25,315. That's gonna be the clean range. Market's indeed hard to trade with. Now can't rebound, but too volatile. Can't seem to get a nice entry point. Exactly. It's that volatility, which again is another layer. So on top of being right about now the direction of the wind, if you have a fat stop loss, now you got to deal with another variable, volatility. Because maybe you might be right about the direction, but the volatility kicks you out. You see, so that's why you gotta find like a perfect balance when it comes to day trading. That you're not too long inside the trade, that you can secure something. It's all about balance. Because it's difficult to, what do you call it? Build a system that can withstand the volatility as a day trader. But I think, you know, everybody's gonna learn that in their own time. You know, everybody gonna kind of learn these lessons because the market, you know, it takes a while. It just depends for you how long that you wanna take it. For me, it took me a lot shorter because I was always willing to learn and adapt, right? But if you're not always willing to learn and adapt and see other angles, it might take you a bit longer to understand the lessons that the market is trying to teach you. I think the important thing is always to be humble, right? Just be neutral, be humble, and just see it for what it is. Try and see it for what it is, not for what you want it to be. Because sometimes you're gonna want maybe something all the time like this, and then like this. But you know, maybe that's just not the case. So I'm tempting to break. We got the 15-minute candle close below that support now. Create a top wick. Curtains for Goldie if this now starts to reflip again and then re-break its lows. But it's already in motion as it starts attempting to break beyond the accumulation. It just had one payout. Alright, so you got people in and out. And then you also got people with fatter stop losses still in right now. So they still got risk on. So they gotta see what signals the market shows to them that it wants to reverse. So if you see it's having a hard time to move down, creates that reversal TFX structure to the upside, then they would be better off taking the insurance to manage their risk, because a drawdown can be deeper. But if it re-breaks the lows, we're gonna see a continuation of sellers into the market after the round one payoff. This would be the broader secondary payoff right here. If we can break that low and then have like a decent move. Round one. Fight. 1 minute candle move too fast. It's jumping. It's moving fast because that's where people are getting stuck in. Right? Those are high value areas. So everybody's kind of like fighting for whatever's left on the shelf. So if you're like grocery store, you see what's left on the shelf on Black Friday or whatever, then yeah, that's what it is. It's like everybody's trying to grab that last PlayStation, that last TV from the store. So that's what we call like a high value area. Sometimes it's just like very strong, and other times it's like a gradual. You see it's still a high value area here. Maybe you go to the store a bit earlier. Right, so you're able to execute. Even on this trade, even if I wanted to get back in to that initial first trade, I couldn't, because this candlestick, it didn't pull down like quite enough for me to think about getting back in. Otherwise, I could have just got in like this. But at the same time, I guess it kind of depends on the psychology of how you got into the trade. Because even with this trade, I got slipped, right? I still got slipped. I was still willing to get in here, correct? But it's because the setup was like very nice to me. Right, this one was still kind of like a B plus, like I could see it, but it was not so clean, so I was not willing to get in here, so it decided to go without me. But here I was still willing, and it could have just continued to even bypass that 20 pip mark. But yeah, I'd love to see some further downside on gold for the rest of the pre-New York to New York session. But yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning into the stream. I will see you all tomorrow. Take care everybody, and gold shorts look pretty good still. So keep your eye out on gold short positions, as that may be the case over here. Remember, if it like starts pulling back up and break above resistance, then that's where we're going to be heading towards 49.39. But as of right now, we're definitely seeing more selling pressure. But I will see you all tomorrow. Take care.